actually been a few days. I've recorded this a few different times. And each time I'm like, no. And then Spirit's like, yes. So, tired of arguing with the divine, I'm gonna do it. I don't like talking about love, which is funny because I'm a tarot reader, right? I don't like going, like, having to overindulge in the concept of it because I feel like it should be a given. I feel like we should understand it by now. Thing is, a lot of people don't. Scotty don't. I'm just kidding. If you'd get that reference if you're a millennial, I'm sure. So basically, alright. So one of the things that we're taught growing up is if that person is mean to you, they like you, right? So we build this correlation in our minds of love and abuse, right? So, which is super unfair. So please don't do that to your children. You know, if somebody is treating them like shit, not showing them respect, treating them like a second-rate human or whatever, don't tell them that that's love. Okay, like don't tell them, oh, it's because they like you, because the truth is they don't, right? Love and admiration show up differently. It shows up nice. It shows up caring, compassionate, empathetic. You know, it's positive things. We shouldn't be lying to our children to make them feel better in the moment, but then to like open them up to a lifetime of abuse because they were told at such a young age this abuse means that you are liked. They like you. They don't. Okay? And I myself have fallen victim to this, as much as I don't like to say the word victim. It's true, you know, that I ended up in my life, in my adulthood, chasing people who didn't like me, people who were psychologically manipulative and abusive. I started, you know, like I would chase people that didn't like me, and people that showed me just how little they respected me and how little they cared. And like energy attracts like energy. So I had to be showing myself quite a bit of disrespect in order to want that from somebody else, or in order to chase that in somebody else. I had to be really at a place where I just didn't love myself, and I didn't like myself, and I didn't respect myself. And self-respect is more than like what you wear and all that. It's how you speak to yourself. It's how you think of yourself. A lot of people think having self-respect is all about the clothing that you wear or the people you sleep with, but it's actually not. It's about, like, do you talk to yourself like somebody that you respect and love? Do you talk to yourself like a friend? Because when we're talking to ourselves like an enemy, we're not really attracting on an energetic level the kind of things that we actually want. We're attracting the opposite. If we're sitting, like, you wouldn't sit there and tell your best friend, you're fat, you're ugly, you're stupid, you're hideous, you're this, you're that. Why would you say that to yourself then, right? If you have self-love, if you care about yourself, if you have self-respect, right? You would respect yourself more than that. You would respect yourself too much to say those kinds of things about yourself. You should not be talking to yourself worse than you would talk to people you love, right? Because you should be included in the people that you love, right? The Buddha once said, if your compassion does not include yourself, then it is incomplete, and I vibe with that. I hella vibe with that. So why would we chase people who who mirror and externalize our lack of respect and love for ourselves? Why would we choose that? Aside from being told our whole life that this is what it means to be cared for, right? Is when somebody is treating you like actual dog shit. I beg to differ. Beg to differ very much. Shit ain't right, dog. So, what should we teach our kids in regards to that? Probably the fact that when somebody likes them, when somebody loves them, they're going to care about them. They're going to look out for them. They're going to have their back. They're going to speak well about them behind their back. You know, they're not going to spread rumors. They're not going to gossip on them. They're, you know, people who love and care for your child. And we should teach our children very early to respect themselves, to respect the way that they talk to themselves. And you know, some of that's a bit out of our control, right? Admittedly, like, you know, when my kids started going to school, there were some things that, you know, they just learned from being out in the world and that I had no control over, I could not do shit about, and, you know, that happens. And the best thing we can do is just hope that we're raising them right? And that we can at least enforce some positive ideals along the way, right? They're gonna take up lessons from other people too. They're gonna have external pressures and all that. It's just our job to teach them how to survive in the world, not to show them how to be themselves and how to exist, right? Or, well, I mean, a little bit yes and a little bit no. We don't own them, right? They're their own people. And they will remind us of that. So they will keep us in check on some level by demonstrating that they don't belong to us. You know, we are here to care for them and to send them into the world. And that's it. So, yeah, when we're teaching our children about love, we should not be, oh, hold on, I'm getting a call. Alright, where was I? So yeah, when we are teaching our children, and even reteaching ourselves about love, because I feel like we should, in our adulthood, especially going through spiritual awakenings and shit, we should be teaching ourselves about love and teaching ourselves what is love. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Love doesn't hurt, right? Because love isn't taking, love is giving. So, love doesn't hurt. It's actually the lack of love that hurts, right? And you're only going to be hurt by people who lack love for you, right? People who don't have love for you. This is a good way to really decide, like, are you infatuated by somebody or are you in love with somebody? Are you able to hurt them? Or are you not able to hurt them? And that's a good way to decide, like, if somebody really loves you. Are they looking to change you? To change your behavior? To change your thought process? To make you a different person? Or do they care more about how you look with them than how it feels to be with you? Right? Because how you look together is actually the least important bit of being in a relationship. It's not about the appearance. It's not about somebody who can make you look good. It's about somebody who feels good to you. Somebody whose energy feels like home, right? And if you ain't finding that in a partnership, and find it in yourself, right? And honestly, you should be looking for it in yourself before you even look for it in a partnership, in my opinion. Like, we put too much importance on externals in this world, right? It's like Abraham Twersky once made this video called True Love Explained. And how he starts the video is he says, "Young man, why are you eating that fish?" And the young man says, "Well, because I love fish." And so he says, "Well, if you love the fish, why did you take it out of the water, boil it, and eat it? You don't love the fish. If you know, he's like, you love what the fish can do for you. And much of what is love these days is fish love." So, and that's so true. Because people, you know, they stop loving somebody when they can't date somebody, right? Because they're trying to get that person to submit something to them, right? To give them the dynamic that they want, to give them the kind of relationship they want, to give them something. It's like, it's very self-seeking, this love idea in today's society, and that's why it fails a lot of the time, because it's very self-seeking. People are just looking out for themselves. What do I get out of this? And rather than, you know, like, and very few people are actually genuinely, like, in love with somebody to the point where that love doesn't falter, right? Unconditional means without conditions. Like, this person doesn't need to fulfill my needs in order for me to love them. This person does not need to be my boyfriend or girlfriend in order for me to love them. This person does not need to be there for me in order for me to love them and to be there for them. And honestly, it's a trap too, because you know, you don't want to get stuck in a position where you become somebody's doormat either. You can love somebody without conditions, but you can have conditions on what you're willing to accept, right? Boundaries. And if somebody is taking advantage of your love, then sometimes the best thing to do is to cut them off completely, or to just stay the fuck out of their life. You know, just stay the fuck out of their life. If they're just taking advantage of how you feel, you know, then that's fucked up. Real love isn't gonna be like that. Nobody's, you know, real love doesn't take advantage of you, doesn't harm you, and that what hurts is not love. And love is a gift from God, you know, or the gods, or the universe. Love is a beautiful thing. And as we are God expressed in this human form, then our love, the love that we feel, is also what we give, right? It's a gift from us to others. It's not a gift to us. And I mean, it is and it isn't. Like, if we are loved by somebody else, that's great, but that's not what the aim should be when it comes to loving somebody. The aim should be in what we give, not what we give, or what we give, not what we get. It's about sending it, not receiving it, you know? And so, yeah, that's pretty much what I have for you. I know it's kind of a rant, and I don't know, the last few days, I've made this video a couple times, and, you know, it's not an easy video for me, because I've been like, come on, God, why? Why? And God's like, well, because I say it. That's why. So, yeah, we're gonna just roll with it. Somebody needs this message, otherwise it wouldn't keep popping up, right? This message wouldn't keep being replayed in my head. Send it out, so I'm sending it, alright? Anyway, namaste, I love you guys, and I will talk to you later.